Hi there, and welcome to SpeakPowerDaily. I'm Charlotte, your host, and I'm happy we get to share this time together today. This podcast is a space for gentle reflection, calm practice, and small reminders that you are stronger than you think. Maybe you're listening on your way to work. Maybe you're winding down at home. Or maybe you just needed a soft voice to remind you to pause and breathe. Wherever you are, this moment is for you. Together, we'll explore how to find calm in the middle of life's storms and how to carry peace with us, step by step, day by day. Have you ever noticed how quickly peace can disappear? One moment, everything feels fine. You're moving through your day without much trouble, and then, suddenly, something shifts. Maybe it's a harsh word someone speaks to you. Maybe it's an unexpected mistake you make. Or maybe it's just one small problem that explodes into a big one. And in an instant, your body feels tense, your mind begins to race, and your heart is pounding like a storm that no one else can see. That storm inside, loud, fast, and unstoppable, can make you feel powerless. On the outside, you may look calm, but on the inside, you're drowning. I know that feeling. I've been there more times than I can count. Those moments when I wanted to scream, to cry, or to run, but I stayed silent because I didn't even know how to explain what was happening inside of me. So I carried the storm, quietly, hoping no one would notice. And that's the strange part about these inner storms. They often remain invisible to everyone else. People see your face, your smile, your usual routines, and they think everything is fine. But within you, it feels like waves crashing again and again, leaving no room to breathe. But here's the truth I want to share with you today. The storm doesn't define you. It may rise suddenly, it may feel overwhelming, but it is not who you are. You are the one experiencing it. And because you are the observer of the storm, not the storm itself, you have the power to train your mind, to steady your heart, and to guide yourself back to calm. Now, I'm not talking about pretending everything is okay. I'm not talking about fake calm, the kind where you bury your feelings and smile while inside you're falling apart. No, what I mean is real, grounded calm. The kind that allows you to face challenges without being destroyed by them. The kind that gives you strength, space, and peace, even when life doesn't cooperate. Think about it this way. If your mind is like a sky, then the storm is just the weather passing through. Dark clouds, heavy rain, strong winds, they all appear, but eventually they move on. The sky, however, remains. In the same way, your true self, steady, present, unshaken, remains even when emotions rise and fall. The problem is that most of us were never taught this. We grew up thinking calm people were simply born that way, that they had some secret gift we didn't. But calm isn't a gift. Calm is a practice. Just like you can train your body to become stronger, you can train your mind to become steadier. And maybe this video is your first step toward that practice. Maybe you've been carrying storms for years, hiding them from the world, and you're tired of pretending you're fine when inside you're exhausted. If that's you, I want you to know something important. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're human. And the storm doesn't mean you failed. It means you're alive, you're feeling, and you're capable of learning a new way forward. So, in this journey together, we'll explore gentle, practical ways to build inner calm, not by running away from emotions, but by learning how to meet them, breathe with them, and transform them. Because once you learn that even the strongest storm inside you can be faced with steadiness, everything begins to change. The storm is not the end of your story, it's the beginning of your practice. And every storm you've survived so far is proof that calm is possible for you too. When life feels heavy, your breath is always with you. That might sound too simple, maybe even silly. Just breathing. Can that really help? But the truth is, your breath is one of the most powerful tools you have. It connects your body, your mind, and your emotions. Think about it. When you're scared, your breath becomes short and fast. When you're calm, your breath is slow and steady. So if you want to change how you feel, your breath can be the doorway. It's like having a key in your pocket that you forget is there. You don't need a quiet room. You don't need soft music. You don't need to sit perfectly still. You only need a moment to notice your breath and let it guide you back to peace. Let's try something small right now. Take one slow breath in through your nose. Hold it for a second. Now let it out gently, like you're releasing weight from your chest. One more time. Breathe in slowly, then let it go even slower. Do you feel a little lighter already? Even 2 simple breaths can begin to calm your body. Science shows us that breathing slowly tells your nervous system you are safe. And when your body feels safe, your mind can relax too. I used to think breathing exercises were useless. I was the kind of person who always pushed through stress. I told myself, I'll relax after I finish everything. But that moment never came. There was always more to do, more problems to solve, more storms inside me. Then I read something that changed my perspective. It said, you don't breathe to calm down after the storm. You breathe so the storm doesn't take over. That sentence stayed in my mind. It showed me that calm is not something that comes later. It's something you build in small moments before the chaos grows. So I started practicing. Every morning, before opening my phone or checking messages, I sat for just 3 minutes. No special posture, no rules, just me and my breath. I would inhale slowly, exhale gently, and notice how my body softened a little. Over time, something amazing happened. I still had stress, but it didn't control me as much. I still got upset, but I recovered faster. Breathing taught me to stay present. Imagine your thoughts and emotions are like a fast river. The water is rushing, loud, and wild. Normally, we fall into the river and get carried away. But when you focus on your breath, it's like standing on the shore, watching the water flow without drowning in it. The next time you feel stressed, I invite you to try this. Before reacting, pause for one soft breath. That's all, just one. It gives you a little space, a moment to decide what kind of person you want to be in that situation. Because calm doesn't mean you stop feeling. It doesn't mean you ignore problems. It means you create a small distance between the emotion and the action. In that space, you find your strength. Maybe you've been told that strength means fighting harder or shouting louder. But true strength is quiet. It's the choice to breathe when everything in you wants to panic. And every time you choose that, you build resilience. You build a safe place inside yourself. Your breath is not just air, it's your anchor. And no matter where you go, it's always with you, ready to bring you home to calm. Have you ever said something in the heat of the moment and then wished you could take it back? Maybe your voice was louder than you wanted. Maybe your words felt sharp, and later you thought, "That's not really me. Why did I say that?" We've all been there. That's what it means to react. Reactions are fast. They come from habit, from fear, from old pain that still lives inside of us. They jump out before we even have time to think, and once they are out, it's hard to undo them. But a response, that's something different. A response is slower. It's a choice. It comes after a pause, after you've taken one breath, after you've given yourself just a little time to see things more clearly. Responding is not about ignoring your feelings. It's about guiding them. I once had a student, let's call her Leela. She was kind, hardworking, and very thoughtful. But whenever someone gave her even small negative feedback, she froze. Her chest tightened, her eyes filled with tears, and her voice disappeared. After one long class, she stayed behind and whispered, "I don't know how to stop feeling so small when people criticize me. I try to be calm, but my body reacts before I even understand what's happening." I told her something that also helped me in my own life. You don't need to stop feeling. You just need to slow the moment down. Most of us don't need advice. We need time. Time to breathe, time to understand, time to see that not everything requires an answer right away. In a world that pushes us to act fast, pausing becomes a superpower. When someone hurts you with their words, you can pause. When you get bad news, you can pause. When your plans fall apart, you can pause. Even 5 seconds can give you enough space to ask yourself, what is really happening here? Will I be proud of how I respond? This is not easy, especially if you grew up needing to defend yourself, to fight, or to protect your heart quickly. But the pause is where your strength lives. It's where you take back control. Leela started practicing this. At first, she still froze when people criticized her. But she stopped punishing herself afterward. She began to say, "Give me a moment," before answering. Little by little, her voice came back. Not louder, but clearer. Maybe this is your moment to practice that too. To remember that your first feeling doesn't have to become your first action. To know that reacting quickly doesn't make you stronger. Responding wisely does. Here's a simple picture that helped me. Imagine you're holding a cup of water. Someone bumps into you, and the water spills out. Why? Because the cup was already full. Your reactions are the same. They spill out based on what you're already carrying inside. If you're full of stress, fear, or anger, that's what will pour out. But if you're calmer inside, your responses will be gentler, wiser, and kinder. That's the real power of training your mind. You don't just change your words, you change your whole energy. People feel it when you walk into a room. People notice when you stay steady in difficult moments. So the next time you feel the fire rising inside you, try to pause. Even one breath can make the difference between a reaction you regret and a response you are proud of. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. You're not here to win every argument. You're here to stay in control of yourself. That's the kind of calm that can't be shaken. Have you ever felt trapped inside your own thoughts? Like no matter what you tried, you couldn't escape the noise in your mind? It's as if you're standing in a room full of voices, and every single voice is your own, repeating worries, doubts, and fears. That experience can feel overwhelming. But what's really happening in those moments is not that you're broken, it's that you've lost inner distance. Inner distance doesn't mean avoiding your feelings. It doesn't mean pretending you don't care. It means giving your emotions a little space. It's the ability to notice your thoughts without becoming them, to feel your emotions without letting them drive every action. Let me give you a simple image. Imagine standing so close to a painting that all you see are strange shapes and blurry colors. It looks messy. It doesn't make sense. But if you take just a few steps back, the whole picture appears. That's what inner distance gives you: clarity, a wider view, a calmer heart. There was a time in my own life when I felt overwhelmed every single day. Work was stressful, family issues were piling up, my health wasn't great, and suddenly every small problem felt like a disaster. My thoughts would spiral quickly. Why can't I handle this? What if everything falls apart? I'll never catch up. I felt trapped inside my own panic. But one evening while walking quietly outside, something shifted. I looked up at the sky and a thought came to me. What if nothing is actually wrong right now? What if I'm just tired? That tiny moment of perspective changed everything. Not because my problems disappeared, but because I wasn't drowning inside them anymore. I had stepped back just enough to see more clearly. That's the gift of inner distance. It doesn't erase the storm, but it reminds you that you are not the storm. You are the one watching it. And from that place, you can choose your next step with more wisdom, more patience, more calm. Here's a small practice you can try. When you feel anxious, instead of saying, "I am anxious," try saying, "I am noticing anxiety in me." Instead of saying, "I'm a failure," say, "I am having thoughts about failure." This little change creates space. You're not rejecting your feelings, but you're also not letting them define who you are. Think of it like watching clouds pass across the sky. Some are heavy, some are dark, but all of them move. None of them stay forever. The same is true for your emotions. They rise, they fall, they pass. And when you remember that, you no longer have to fight every storm. You simply allow it to pass through while you remain grounded. Some people may misunderstand this. They might see your calm and think you don't care. But calm isn't coldness. Calm is presence. Calm is the strength to stay steady even when the world around you shakes. It's the choice to protect your peace, not because you're detached, but because you're finally strong enough inside to hold space for yourself. And here's something beautiful. The more you practice inner distance, the more you become a safe presence for others. Maybe you've met someone like that, a person who doesn't say much, but just being near them makes you feel steadier. They don't panic when things go wrong. They don't push or rush. Their calm creates calm in the people around them. That's who you can become too. Not by being perfect, not by never feeling stress, but by practicing, slowly, gently, every day. Every time you pause instead of reacting, you're building that inner strength. Every time you take one soft breath instead of shouting back, you're building it. Every time you choose patience over panic, you're building it. Calm is not a personality. Calm is a practice. And the more you practice, the deeper your roots grow. The deeper your roots grow, the less life's winds can shake you. So, if today feels heavy, let this be your reminder. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're learning. You are building a new way of living, one small choice at a time. And as we end this episode, I want to leave you with one last thought. Storms will come. You can't stop that. But you can learn to meet them differently, with patience, with clarity, with breath, with the quiet confidence that says, "I am not the storm. I am the sky behind it." Thank you for sharing this moment with me. I know your time and your attention are valuable, and I'm grateful you chose to spend them here. My name is Charlotte, and this is Speak Power Daily, a space where together we build strength through calm and power through gentle presence. If this message gave you a little peace today, I'd love for you to join our community. You can subscribe, leave a comment about what part spoke to you, or share this with a friend who might need it right now. Because calm grows when we share it. Until next time, keep breathing, keep practicing, and keep choosing peace, one gentle step at a time. You're doing better than you think.